Using your website to make sure that the businesses that support you or are considering supporting you look good and see themselves reflected on your website is something we talk about all the time at Bridge Raise. We believe that an important piece in successful corporate partnership is being what we call open for business, showing externally that you like and have supporters from corporate. This means when a company representative checks out your website and your social media, they see other companies represented there, and it is clear to them that you are comfortable, experienced, and willing to receive money from companies. If they don't see other companies reflected on your website or in your social media, they may wonder if you are ready, if you are capable, and if they should trust you. How are they supposed to believe in trusting and credibility if there's no visibility for companies? So think about this when you're reviewing your website. In this video, I'm going to talk about a few ways you can make sure that your website in particular reflects that you are ready for corporate partnership, that you desire companies that align with your organization, and you're going to show them that in a public way. So let's start with what's easiest, and then we can build on from there. Even the most basic approach starts to work. So let's start with that. Your board of directors. Are they listed on your website? If they are, is their role also listed there? There are at least a couple of them that represent corporate Canada and have companies that you might recognize in the public. If that is the case, then make sure to list their roles with their names on your website. That's an easy way to get started. Another really common option is listing your corporate partners on a standalone thank you or recognition page. Often this sort of page starts with logos being put in order on a page, and maybe the bottom ones are named. The easiest version of this just lists the names with no logos. Then you don't have to worry about brand guidelines, logo size, and all of that sort of thing. You can just put them in alphabetical order. But next level, and certainly my preference, is to have the logos represented there and have some reflection of the size of the partnership reflected in the page. Now, if you're going to do this properly, you do have to make sure you're following brand guidelines of the organizations and you're collecting the logos. The page has to look professional if it's going to really help make this happen for you. I honestly remember more than one instance of putting together a page like this and sending an email out with a lot of appreciation to all of my supporters saying, look at who's supporting us, and immediately receiving a call from one of the companies saying, hey, you've put up the wrong logo. We like using this one in this sort of situation. Or, you know what, our colors are not quite right. Now, still better to say thank you with a mistake and then fix it based on that dialogue. As long as you're available and transparent and open, it's okay. But the preference is to make sure that you get it right by getting their brand guidelines and asking the question. It's also a nice contact point. Who doesn't like to know that they're going to be recognized on a thank you page? However, it is a bit of administration, and I do admit that. So if you're not there yet and you want to just list them by name, that is still a step in the right direction. Shifting gears now from straight visibility of their logos and their names, that's one area that can show up on your website. Another area that can show up on your website is telling them how they can work with you, how they can partner with you, how companies do work with you in other situations. For example, do you have an employee engagement program? Do you have a volunteer program that welcomes corporate volunteers? That could reflect on your page. Or perhaps you are very adept at corporate partnerships or corporate sponsors. If you have that in place, you can specifically have either of those sections on your website explaining, having a page that explains and describes the opportunity, who it's for, what you want them to do in order to activate against that. And it's best practice in these cases to give them a name and an email of a person, not a general email box where they can reach out and connect. If they're talking about a big corporate partnership, having an email box like info@ is not going to make them feel special. So put in a name and an email in that situation, and then they'll know exactly what to do in the moment that they're excited about partnering with you. Overall, when we're doing a website, review. We are looking for a great balance between recognition and appreciation and even examples of how we work together, balanced off with what they can do and how they can do it, right? This perfect balance achieved is really the best of both worlds on your corporate partnership page or being open for business on your website. However, if you're not ready for all the things yet, pick one. Pick the approach that feels easiest and has the least resistance at your organization. I hope that's saying thank you. Certainly that would align the most with our values here at Bridge Raise. Saying thank you first before asking is always a good strategy. So think about how you can say thank you to your current corporate partners, your current volunteers, your current board directors that are connected with companies. If you need more examples of what this looks like in real life, of charities doing this well, I encourage you to follow me on social media. I share charities that are visibly thanking their corporate partners across all of my channels. I love seeing when a charity is acknowledging the support of a company, especially when you can really see the alignment between the company and the charity. And if this video was helpful to you, maybe share it with your marketing team so that they can have some new ideas. You can also give it a like and subscribe so you get future videos. I wish you a lot of luck with making this happen.